Listen, let's get into Maresca and Chelsea. Good result against West Ham. He becomes the first Chelsea manager since 2016, I think it was, to win 3 away games on the bounce for their first games.
Talk to us. Are Chelsea warming up?
Can you not be?
Are you?
Guys enter? Can they enter the fray?
What, of the title? No.
We know where that originated from. Hey.
No, I think title talk is still a way off, but in terms of that performance, you saw patterns of play, style of play. You saw players that have had a lot of stick performing well. Like Caicedo, in terms of the last few months, I would say, has kind of turned it over a new leaf. I can't remember what stat it was, but it was almost, I'm not comparing him to Kante, but you know that feeling of, it's fine, he's going to put the fire out. It was good to see that. I spoke about Levi Colwill last week, about being a potential A-level centre-back. Just his assurance, his defensive ability. He's not going to win every challenge and everything, but he's putting himself in the right positions, stewarding the centre-back next to him. What I have to discuss, though, is that man. Nicholas Jackson. Jackson. Listen, man. Credit where credit's due, man. First finish outside of the boot.
Yeah.
I said, okay, you're moving warm. I like it. Intricate play, 2 goals and assist.
Yeah.
If you look at, in terms of his performances, non-penalty goals, he's up there with the best.
Yeah.
People can bash him for being wasteful, but if you're still putting the ball in the back of the net.
This season, maybe not so much. I feel like last season, obviously, we were saying debut season. There's probably going to be an adaptation period. Chelsea going through the turmoil that they're going through.
Yeah.
But he still kind of just kept it ticking along. And I think people would say, yo, look, he's a good footballer.
Yeah.
But is he going to be the guy to get you the goals in that number 9 position? Especially a position that you guys have been crying for years for someone to fill that. But this season, you have to admit, it's been much better. And it's not just the goals, it's the fact that the improvements in his overall game as well. I think his hold-up for me is absolutely brilliant. But one thing I've liked is how Maresca has defined the squad, both at the start of the season, saying, look, all of this 40-man squad you lot are talking about, I only see 20 of these. And even on this week, he came out and people were asking him, oh, you've got 4 left wingers and 5 right wingers. And he said, nope, I've got 2 here, I've got 2 there, I've got 2 there, and I've got 2 there. And it's just very clear. Even when the subs were being made, it was like a like for like, you knew Nkunku for Jackson. And it's like, I actually think that's going to be what pushes you through the whole season throughout this teething period. So you've got such a strength and depth in attack, bro.
Yeah.
You make the subs, you can still score goals, still create a lot of chances, you know what I mean? So
what I liked is that in midweek, people may have not liked it, but because obviously Nkunku is someone that fans really want to do well. But he came out and said Nkunku's like, you know, he can play anywhere and whatnot. Nico Jackson is a 9. And I think sometimes hearing that from your manager puts confidence that, no, like, I trust you, like, you're going to be the 9. There's no Victor Osimhen and whatnot. Go and deliver. And one thing I've always mentioned about Jackson is, you got to remember, before he came to Chelsea, he was linked with Bournemouth and failed the medical. He was coming from a place where he hadn't played much football, so he's learning on the job. So to be putting out these performances, I can't be mad at it, man. I can't be mad at it. Like, when you see what he does away from the finishing at times, when you see what he does on the pitch, that's the type of footballer you want in your squad. Causes disruption, makes other people's jobs easier in terms of what. Put it this way, Cole Palmer doesn't get the joy that he gets if you don't have someone like a Nico Jackson occupying spaces and doing stuff. He's a good footballer. The only thing is, can you continue to mature and better your finishing? And boy, listen,
Bro, Jackson's a good player. Anyone that can't see that Jackson's a good player, you just need to. It's like you're not watching the game, bro. Jackson's actually a very good player for me. Like, bro, he's given some of the best centre backs in the Prem a tough game, and it's not in the fashion of a Drogba where it's control on the chest. And he's getting on the ball, he's turning, he's hard to shrug off the ball. He's very good at like shifting from left to right. The guy's a neat player, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, the finishing, but overall, what is it? 21 goals in 50 games or something like that. You'd want that to improve. At least maybe you want to get to like 1 and 2 or something like that. But as an actual overall player, he's very, very good. And Chelsea are going to be a better team with Jackson in it. Like, Nkunku, I'm sorry, but he needs to be your starting 9, Jackson. You know what I mean? Look at the way Sancho wants to play the game. Look at the way... who's your Cole Palmer, Noni? The way these guys want to play, you need a Jackson because they know you pass it to him, he can receive it, he can pass it back. Same thing that we got going on at the moment with Xerxes. Like, you pass him, you know you're going to get it back. you know you're going to get it where you want it. And that's what Jackson does. I don't understand I think it's everyone always wants to look for someone to troll. You know what I mean? Everyone was looking for, each club have to have that person that gets super trolled. And I think I think fans want it to be Jackson for Chelsea. But it's like, nah, maybe find another one, because he's actually a good player, bro. Do you know what I mean?
What I'd say is on your Nkunku point, not to compare in any way, but you see how Villa have got a situation where Watkins is the number 9. John Duran comes on, scoring goals, saying like, bro, I'm still here. Nkunku's been coming off the bench recently, getting the goals and everything. I think competition in the squad is a healthy thing. I think it's just that your squad can't be too bloated where people are thinking, raw, I'm not going to play a game for 2 months.
But that's where it's good. Maresca's made it clear.
He's made it clear
who his options are. Yeah.
Who's the rotation elements? Who's this? Who's that? Great performance. We have to speak about how bad West Ham are in the David situation.
Yeah.
But to run up on Chelsea, what I would say is, it's been a good start. The Palace game, you would have hoped we could have got the result there. It's been a good start.
But who are you impressed with at the moment?
What
though?
players?
Yeah. What about
Colwill, Caicedo, Jackson?
Speak on them.
I mentioned it. I said Caicedo, in terms of the way Caicedo's playing football at the moment, I always say that in football, you need, in the midfield, you need someone that's going to carry the water and carry the water effectively. It's no frills, no nonsense. Win the challenges, progress the ball. But sometimes his passing is very progressive as well. I also mentioned that...
I feel like we saw shades of that last year,
We did.
Last year, like, people almost lumped him, I feel like, lazily with Enzo on the performances. But I always thought Caicedo was actually performing okay. And in certain games, good as well. The one I want to touch on is Colwill.
Yeah.
Talk to me, because he obviously went to Brighton.
Yeah.
Was touted as the next hot prospect, but more for his ball playing ability than his defending ability. Then last year he came back, he was playing left back. I said, was it last week or the week before? I was like, I'm watching him closely this year, because I think you lot are going to play him centre back more. But how is he going to do it? I feel like in the past 2 games, he's actually been a rock. And then Tosin coming in next to him as well, I feel like was pretty decent as well.
Yeah. I think with Levi, like I said it before, for me, he has all the makings to be an A-level centre half. You can tell that he leads the backline well. Defensively, in terms of his defensive actions, interceptions, you'll always see there. You see him always making blocks. We know that on the ball, he can play ball. He can be progressive. And of course, the left back thing last season was him playing different position. But the way he marshals the defence and does things, the only thing I've ever been worried about is the physical attributes. But he's 21. Levi Colwill's 21. He's still going to get stronger. And that's why I said centre-backs, you can be a great centre-back, but the ceiling comes with who your partner is.
Yeah.
I think Tosin complemented him very well. I think Wesley Fofana, for what it appears to be when you think of Wesley Fofana being strong and fast, should pair him well. But it's not really worked for Wesley at the moment. Badia Shield's not really in the picture. Levi Colwill as a defender though, bro, the guy's top notch. It's no mistake why you have someone like John Terry saying like, this guy is the one. He can see it within himself. You don't get praise like that anyhow. He is a cold centre back. Caicedo's been great. Cucurella's another one I've got to give mention to as well, because I was one of the people that thought Cucurella's career was done at Chelsea. I thought like it wasn't going to get any better. I know he's 25 and whatnot. I thought it was all done. But in terms of him defensively, much better, much astute. I think on the pitch, we're building relationships. The key thing now is how Enzo keeps the confidence going, and just small things like the youthful exuberance coming out. Like a lot of fans were getting on to Noni for not squaring it and could have been 4-1 and going for goal. I don't mind that because it's 3-1, but know that if it's a situation where it's not, you probably need to do the thing that is easier. And that will come with game time and them growing together, man. So like, yeah,